something's happening. Well, that's good. I'm glad you could make it, whether you're watching live or on the replay. And I wasn't going to do this, well, not like this. I was going to just ensure this was an audio broadcast, but at 11 minutes past 11 p.m. on Sunday here in London, I thought, before the new week begins even, rather than just another audio broadcast, we better have a chat here like this. Hello Nishu, 4241, thanks for joining, along with everybody else and anyone else. Whoever you are, don't forget, gently press the screen just there gently, and the hearts will appear. And if the hearts appear, that can only be a good thing. This is a very quick broadcast, unless plenty of people join us. I had a feeling that would happen. If I didn't prepare a drink, which I had just before I went live, in case this happened, my tickle in my throat would start to return, and then it would just go wrong, and I wouldn't be able to talk for long. But how are you people? That's the main question right now. We hadn't spoken for about 47 hours, I think, something like that. There wasn't a broadcast yesterday, Saturday, at 11 p.m. like we tried to do, and there wasn't even a warning or anything to tell you guys and girls that I wouldn't be here. Sorry about that. Just circumstances prevailed, and here we are now. Brenda, I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, definitely. I wonder where everybody else is and what they're up to. I say they, again, you, right there, when you catch up with this on the replay if you're not watching live. And, well, it's the new week ahead, as I was just saying before. A busy week ahead, I think, for politics in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland as people try to prepare for leaving Europe on the 31st of October, which was promised by the current Prime Minister, Boris Johnson. But plenty of people had their doubts. I'm still hoping it goes ahead. And that's a whole conversation for another broadcast at some point. But I think we just need to, after 3 years, move forward and not keep changing the rules because it doesn't suit certain people. Because that's exactly what's happening at the moment, is that the law is being changed to suit and accommodate the situation. You know, if you have a traffic accident in your car, they don't suddenly say, well, because of those circumstances, we really should consider that perhaps the law wouldn't serve you well when we go to judge you as to whether it was your fault or somebody else's. And so you have to stick to what the law is already, well, in place to sort of ensure your destiny. Anyway, you know what I'm saying, right? But here we have politicians who think that they can change the law as we go along, and the country puts up with it. Right now we should have civil unrest, serious civil unrest. I don't just mean the marches and the demonstrations. My tongue's tired as well as my throat being tickly, and that's not good. But anyhow, yes, I think all things considered, the citizens in the British Isles are doing exceptionally well, and that's putting it in a very small way, because it's just incredible that 70 odd million people are containing themselves, even when they've kind of, some would say, almost been hoodwinked by their government and those that have been voted into power. And of course, by default, we currently have the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, because, well, mid-term, he's moved into office. And I wouldn't suggest that that was a bad thing either, particularly as things have moved in some way. We've certainly had some disruption to the process, and it seems to have ensured that something different is happening, rather than someone like Theresa May, who, well, just wanted to keep everyone happy, as I've said before, and that never works. Hello, Matthew Calkin. Thanks for joining from down under in Australia. Or is it Australasia? Both really, I suppose. Oceania, as many forget to call it out there. But yes, you're in Perth, the Western Territory. And I think Matthew's starting his Monday morning already, aren't you, Matthew? A nice early morning start for people in Australia. It's light out. The sun must be shining. I bet it's not overcast there, is it? As summer speeds towards that part of the world and our winter fast approaches here in the Northern Hemisphere, particularly in London and England. And yeah, I think, by the way, it wasn't supposed to be any a political broadcast, as you well know, otherwise it probably would have had a different title. But I vote for your to be private. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you very much. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. There's a lot of people currently in my life due to personal circumstances, which I've alluded to recently, and I'll be able to reveal everything, I think, in about 4 weeks' time. For those of you that still haven't sort of got the gist of what's been going on for, wow, over 12 months now. But there are some people who have a position of authority and a position that they need to respect a little bit more, I think, because they've been abusing their power. They think it's a bit like sometimes, unfortunately, the police. They think that because they're wearing a uniform, that whoever they speak to should respect them and they can talk just like they want to. So, in fact, part of my grievance with developments over the last 18 months is that I had a situation with the police where I was actually calling them to assist me. But very quickly the tables turned, and when they attended the situation, it was suggested that I was the problem and that I shouldn't be where I was. And because I had been in a situation where I was suggesting that, again, some people in authority were abusing their power and being negligent, hence the police were involved, the police decided to tell me, well, these people, they are professionals, they know what they're doing, and they're working at a place that they could be trusted. Yeah, sure. So no one in a position of power can be questioned. Oh, it's more than terrible, Brenda. It's negligence. It's on behalf of the South Yorkshire Police in the city of Sheffield, actually. So please, I do purposely mention that right here, right now, because obviously I'm hoping that someone will cite libel and slander on my part, and well, if they think that's the case, then by all means I can forward my address so that you can send me the appropriate legal documentation, so that I would have to defend my situation. But very quickly, I don't think they would want that. Thank you for retweeting this, Matthew. But in due course, in not the too distant future now, we'll be discussing this. The cat will be let out the bag regarding multiple incidents. It's a bit like the radio station I used to work at Maritime Radio in London. Things are still ongoing there, but I do get the sense that management still believe that bullies and people that like to harass you at work are not doing anything wrong. Originally, that was the last of my thoughts, and I just thought there was one individual that was being a bit naughty. But from my experience so far, well, that individual, their position's never been questioned, and they continue to, well, volunteer at their job as they so wish to do. And that's kind of, well, a bit dangerous, really, for other people that are involved, I would say. Nice paint. Well, thank you. They're not mine. And they are good, though, I think. There we are. Just about to see. Yeah. Anyhow, I know I'm covering them up so bad. I want Undertaker. Do you? Okay. I guess you're making that request in advance. Yeah, so you're being mindful there. I want Undertaker. I guess so, because otherwise this could be a first for live broadcasting here on the internet, and someone from the other side making a request to us mortals. Now that would be more than interesting. You haven't been chatting there much, people. I know I'm chatting, but it doesn't have to be a monologue. It is a chat between us all. So you've definitely got to offer me things rather than me just asking, how you doing? What's the weather like? That's the standard question that everyone seems to ask around here when they can't quite think of anything else to ask. But hey, where is everyone, Brenda? There's not many people watching. By the way, we are only broadcasting on this particular live video to viewers on Periscope as it's live. We can try and ensure that a replay is available on Facebook and maybe YouTube. And also, have you noticed, it's not portrait, it's landscape. Yeah, and actually, it's not nice, or is it Nice? Are you in Paris? I mean, France at the moment. Yes, you could have started a vacation in France on the south coast, yeah, on the French Riviera, and you're trying to tell me that's where you are in Nice, but I don't think so. I think you're just using the word nice, which is a very, it's an ambiguous one, mate, isn't it? It's nice there, because, and it's a matter of opinion, isn't it? Not a matter of fact if something's nice, you know. Gorgeous weather in Worcester. But again, does that mean it's snowing? Because that's gorgeous for the penguins. Do you know what I'm saying there, Matthew? So, I don't want to sound a pedant or anything, but so many people, you know, I think what you mean, though, is it's sunny. Because I don't often hear snow referred to as gorgeous weather, even for those that do appreciate it and prefer the cold weather to the sunnier spells. It's unusual to not see you behind. I know, isn't it just? It just shows you how my life's been restricted, Brenda, over recent weeks and months because of the a-holes, I think I said that have been imposing on me. Yeah. In fact, I didn't even think before I went live. I didn't do it because I was going live. However, I mean, what I'm trying to say is I did sort out the other half of my beard. I don't think you've seen it, but I did the half shave again before I left my usual base. And I travelled on a train with just the half of my face shaved. And I didn't even think twice about it, which was pretty cool for me, actually, in the sense that I wasn't even thinking what the other people think of me if they were looking at me as I was travelling. And then literally, that was about 24 hours ago. And about 30 minutes before I went live, the other half was shaved. Now, they may look equal, and that's because I also shaved the other half, if you see what I mean, because it wasn't technically equal. You see what I mean? Yeah. But it's all good now. And thank you for noticing. And thank you for the continued hearts. I hope your weekend's been going well. And mine has been interesting. Different, obviously, because I haven't just been where I usually am based. Good. Yes, it is. But I haven't heard about you. I ask questions, but very, very, very rarely do the answers immediately hit my screen. That'll be because of the delay that I'm really referring to. But even so, I mean, what else can you tell me, Matthew? It's gorgeous weather there, but he still hasn't clarified whether it is snow or sunshine. Cedric 197253. No need to put your phone number on here, Cedric. I mean, you can if you want to. I'm assuming that that's prefixed by 07. Is it 07197253? Maybe not. But welcome. So I'm just here fundamentally on this broadcast. Yes, Matthew, I understand it's a lovely weekend in Australia, but that doesn't tell me the temperature or what type of weather you're having. Goodness me, or whether you're snacking right now, having a beer, you know, or a barbecue, or a cup of tea or coffee or hot chocolate. No, I'm glad to hear it, Brenda, because when it does snow, I think you're going to have some serious snow this year, a bit like you did last winter. Certainly Illinois. What was it? Feeling like minus 50 degrees centigrade Celsius with the wind chill factor. I'll never forget the pictures that we saw on the news from Chicago, where the reporter, he held up it was a T-shirt, and it had frozen after literally a couple of minutes or so, like a piece of cardboard. Yes, it is spring there, yes, but again, it might be spring. But Matthew, perhaps you don't understand where I'm coming from, because maybe the weather there in Australia is much more kind of stable and not as up and down as it is in England, because even when it's summer or spring in London, England, the rest of the United Kingdom, Great Britain, Northern Ireland, and some parts of mainland Europe, even then, you might have 6 days of sunshine, then suddenly some rain from nowhere, or cloudy weather, and no snow. No, okay, but it still doesn't tell us again. Ooh, okay. People are very quick. People are very quick to tell us what's not, and to find fault with things. Funny enough, you should make me yield this part of the conversation here, but or rather, you yielded this part of the conversation. Goodness, it's late. Excuse me. But the point I'm trying to make is, too many people pick up on the negative. It's easy to tell us what's not. I mean, right now it's not sunny outside, but it doesn't tell you that it's dark, it's cold, it's damp, and I think cloudy as well. You see, Matthew? So Brenda was asking something. I was trying to see, but then unfortunately the camera suddenly shifted. Drinking hot cider and watching... I've never had a hot cider, Brenda. And covering your eyes frequently. Okay. Oops. Yes, we're oops back again now. So it's a double oops. And two negatives make a positive. Sunny outside. Thank you, Matthew. I think I gathered that out by now, Matthew. It only took 5 minutes to just... Goodness me. Oh, I hope you're not going to have a complicated day, Matthew, in general. Because it's going to be complicated enough, it sounds like, with you trying to negotiate Monday. It is Monday now, right? Of course it is, everyone. It's still Sunday here. It's Sunday over in the United States of America and the rest of the North American continent. I mean, Canada. And, of course, Mexico. I better get ready. You better had. And on that note, we're going to leave anyway, Matthew. I'm going to say thank you to everyone that's been watching this and will watch it in the future. Kath Howarth. Hello to Kath. Got to mention Kath. She never joins us live. Very, very rarely, I think, ever over the years and months has Kath ever caught one of these broadcasts live. Did you say, is that a goodbye to Kath Howarth as well, Matthew? I'll take that as a yes. And goodbye to you, and thanks for joining me, Matthew. I'll speak with you soon when you join us again in the very near future, I hope. Looking forward to a great week. I've got a very busy week, and a week that's definitely going to be productive, Brenda, and it will yield some interesting productivity. There you go. But yes, it is going to be excitable and exciting times, actually, because of the new ground that I'm kind of treading on, I would suggest. Yeah. In more ways than one. And I'll be back at base, regular base, in the not too distant future. Yeah. I'm not going to say when. It'll be a case of hours, though. So that'll be good. Possibly, well, you're watching, you see, people. But as I was saying, thank you to everyone watching. Kath, by the way, the reason I mentioned Kath was because I know she catches the replays when it suits her, which is great, Kath. That's what it's here for, this sort of stuff. But you can always leave us a message, don't forget, on Twitter, as you did recently, actually, explaining that you do like to catch us when it's convenient for you. Do send some messages on Twitter, any of you. If you want to comment on anything that we're saying and discussing here at any time after you've watched, then you can always, if not comment on the live video, you can send us a comment on Twitter. You can direct message me at Martin Shine is my name on Twitter, as well it is here on Periscope and the other platforms such as Facebook. The best place to find me online on any browser is martinshine.com / then type the platform you're trying to find me on. If you put on there YouTube, it will take you to the YouTube channel. If you go / Facebook, it will take you to the Facebook page, which is Martin Shine Live if you're searching for it on Facebook. Rosie Samantha, hello to you. Well, too late. You're going to have to watch the replay. Have to watch the replay there, Rosie Samantha. I'm in London at the moment. Nothing too exciting, but I'm here. And I'm going to say that's it, because I'm about to leave now. So you'll have to catch up each other. Not a bar. No, not a bar. No. I wish it was a bar, but it's Sunday night, it's late, and I'm very tired. And Rosie, I think you're possibly a little bit tired too after a busy weekend and certainly a Sunday. Something tells me. But anyhow, let's pray for everyone. Yeah, indeed, I see that, Rosie Samantha. Yes, the hearts aren't such a great colour, the ones you're sending there. But never mind. We'll put a stop to that here anyway, because, well, we won't allow you to send him any more hearts shortly because I'm out of here. But of course you can send more hearts on the replay. As I was saying, people, we do put our hands together and pray metaphorically for those people who are going to be struggling with sorting out the UK leaving Europe still in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be rather interesting times. I'm chuckling to myself, though, giggling when it comes to everyone dealing with that, because it's such a facade, so ridiculous. It's worse than any circus I've ever witnessed in my life. Not giving hearts, that's probably best. I think the hearts can... A Biker 100's here. You better watch the replay, Biker 100. Don't forget to follow everyone. You can press the 3 dots in the bottom corner of your screen if you want to follow. I suggest you follow. Then you'll be able to watch another live in the future and know when it is available, because you'll receive a notification if you're following. If you're not following, you'll just have to come across these broadcasts by chance, as you may have done on this one, if you're not a regular. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I'm out of here. Until the next time. And I'll keep you posted on what's going on in my little bubble called life. But hopefully you're going to have a good start to your new week ahead. EMJ_192. You're too late. Oh, don't worry about it. Listen, you're here. Never apologise. Never apologise. There's no need to. We don't. No, there's no expectations, Rosie, Samantha, ever. There can't be, because if you have expectations, then you're always destined to sort of at some point be upset and disappointed. More to the point. Thanks for watching, everyone. The titles are rolling as I speak, metaphorically, because obviously they're not going to on here because we're mobile, out and about. No titles. I miss the titles when I'm out and about.